This is a breakfast meeting. It's an informal breakfast meeting, and please go and take breakfast. I told you in the beginning that there were going to be like 4.5 talks. I have prepared a very small presentation, not on too many data, but let me open it. Just on how MALDI is connecting a variety of mass spectrometers globally, and how we should cope with that in the future, basically. So the outline of what I'm going to talk to you about is the fact that the MALDI community is globally growing. There are many MALDI cool applications that are being developed, and the best is yet to come. And for that, I would like to invite you all to come to tomorrow's breakfast meeting, where we'll have 4 focused MALDI presentations. The fact that MALDI is very easy to install technically makes that a lot of labs are now introducing this technology. But the fact that new applications often require a little bit more than just technical installation makes this challenging for newcomers to the field to start. And I think that's why today or now is the time that we should probably set up a global MALDI focused user community where the users who have specific systems can exchange information. And so this is what I'll briefly touch upon in this presentation. So the MALDI community is growing. Of course, it started all here in the United States, in Maryland, when Mastec produced MALDI sources. But it's distributed all over the planet by different distributors. In Europe, KR Analytical, Sue Kennerly is in the audience. So I think they actually installed most of the MALDI systems sold worldwide, but also in China, in India, for like India and Australia and South Africa or Africa. Different distributors are putting MALDIs now on every continent. So I quickly penciled in or colored the countries that have MALDI now, and probably forgot some because I'm not working from Mastec, but I'm using MALDI, and I'm really excited about this, and I want everybody to use it because it's so easy and you can do so much with it. And that's why we probably should come together every once in a while and exchange protocols so that everybody can start working with it. So tomorrow we'll have Erin Seeley, Alice Passoni, Timo Huang, and then I didn't want to scratch his name, but Gilles Frasch. He's actually very instrumental in also the new developments at on MALDI. So at LIST they have prototyping facilities and all kinds of new things, and I'm not going to disclose any of these because I want to give Gilles the premier, or I don't know how to say this in English, but come tomorrow and you'll all be surprised what this little shoebox MALDI can do nowadays. I have myself a poster on some of the formaldehyde fixed paraffin embedded tissues analyzed by MALDI, and this is work also together with Gilles, who has Explorers 480 linked to MALDI, and I at ProteoFormiX I started off with LTQ Orbitrap Velos, and there are a couple of generations of Orbitraps in between, and with every generation the sensitivity increases. And it's amazing what we can see in formaldehyde fixed paraffin embedded tissue when we use MALDI, even at very high spatial resolution. So on the poster we'll have like 5 micron spatial resolution. Also the data that Russ showed are some of these human FFPE material that we get straight from the biobank in the hospital, and it's amazing that we can now link all the metadata, histopathological metadata that define very precisely the different diseases and disease states in biobanks. We can now look at them through the window of whatever ionizable compound is still there after paraffin embedding, after formaldehyde fixation. And it's surprising how much that is still there. So really, AP-MALDI applications are pushing the frontiers of analytical possibilities, which means that if you're starting something really new, there's quite a bit of activation energy for newcomers to overcome, because there's new methods to be developed. And so AP-MALDI installations themselves technically is very easy. So I've worked with all of these types of these different Orbitrap generations, and they all generate nice data. But there are little tips and tricks to make it work for different applications on each system. All the, of course, the Excalibur software on an LTQ Orbitrap Velos is quite different from the analysis software that is now running the Exploris. And all these tricks, which are slightly different, Gilles knows them all, but it's very difficult to put them in writing in all different user manuals for each different type. And that's why I think it's very important that we know from each other who has which system, and that the users can interconnect and then try and solve problems or address challenges that they face. And if there's, if you encounter a problem and you have a system, like for instance an Exploris 480, that you cannot solve, then you can contact another user who has it. If he has the same problem and another user also has the same problem, then you can formulate the problem towards Mastec and they will immediately solve it, because they're very responsive. And often it's the case that you, as a new starter, you encounter an issue that someone else has already solved. But then you have to know who is using a similar system. So that's why a user community, I think, would be very, very helpful. And so everybody can start using it efficiently without losing too much time. So yeah, AP-MALDI, currently the connection with Thermo Fisher Orbitraps is the most developed, and it has improved over the years dramatically, and that's what the main product is focusing on. But as you heard from Nivi, also SciEx instruments, SciEx triple quads, even Agilent triple quads are being interfaced with AP-MALDI, Shimatsu as well. So, but these are still the first, or very early on systems or combinations, and everybody is free to try this. But if you want to get really going fast, then with the Thermos instrument, it's working best, and we have most experience. Our Mastec has most experience with those. So it's challenging, of course, if you start this new applications in a field that is dominated, like mass spectrometry imaging, of course, is dominated by Bruker and Desi, by Waters. So there's all this, and now we are coming there with high resolution Orbitrap imaging. So as I told you, it requires quite a bit of activation energy for newcomers to start, and we want to lower that threshold. And you have to realize that AP-MALDI users of today, most of the ones that I've met, they are very happy to share their experience with others, with newcomers. And like tomorrow, Erin Seeley, she's not in the audience now, she had to go to another breakfast meeting, but she'll present some of the data that she's been collecting on AP-MALDI, and she is organizing workshops at the Texas University, and so this we can all benefit from, and also let's set up webinars, or maybe like put a web-based where platform where we exchange protocols, and everybody who wants to be part of it, share whatever instrument you have, and even users who do not use MASTEC AP MALDI, but AP SMALDI, like Bernard Spengler's source, or the Imscope Trio from Shimatsu, also AP MALDI, they can also learn from the protocols that have been developed by AP MALDI users, and so it's open to everybody who's interested in the field. So that's basically the message that I wanted to give at the end of this first MASTEC ASMS2024 breakfast seminar. And so I'm including this slide to introduce the time that Erin will be organizing the next University of Texas Austin workshop on mass spec imaging, and it's really a hands-on workshop. I was there last year as well, and so a couple of days really in the lab, and not only focusing on MASTEC. So Erin runs an AP MALDI connected to a fusion, so one of the tribrids, but there's also Bruker instruments, and you can use all of them in the lab, and it's really very informative, and students and experienced users, they learn a lot. And also another workshop in the States is later this summer, end of July, in Madison, Wisconsin, organized by Lingjun Lee. So I'll invite all of you to have a look at the website, and maybe I'll see some of you there. Thanks.